Sham.
Manifested truth by fact and also by the heart. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you see the Creator coming together as one.
All right, Shalom family. Welcome to another edition of Maccabeestv. I'm standing here with my brother Shar Sham from the F.O.P.E camp. Shalom King, what's good?
Shalom, what's good?
Everything is gravy. Everything is gravy, man. So we out here for the Million Man March, the 20th anniversary. So you was out there today with the camp. What was the energy like? What was it like?
Energy was crazy. You had a lot of nuts. Y'all want to see the footage soon, though. It was crazy, man. We had a good time. All these camps came together to do the march. Brothers out there teaching. Everybody showed us love. So, you know, they know what it is. You know, everybody was saying, you know, the Israelites when we was coming through, blowing the ram's horn and speaking and stuff like that. So the energy was live, though. A lot of people showed up, you know, and a lot of Israel got edified in the truth. So that was a good thing about it.
All right, Khan, no doubt, no doubt. All right, so I recently saw your video on the library challenge, man. It looks like you have an extensive library. You do a lot of reading. You know, some people think it's not good to read a whole bunch of books, you know, that you might go off and everything. I want you to tell the family why it is that you collect so many books and why you read them.
I read and collect so many books. The truth is, since I've been in Israel for 5 years, the whole thing that really made me start was certain elders in Israel with certain agendas to teach doctrines to profit themselves. That's the main thing. And when I started going into text and learning how to do things on my own and finding out, I started realizing that certain people be lying. So that's my big thing about why I go into text. And like my elders who teach me, I learned a lot from them. But other people got agendas behind what they're doing that's wrong in Israel. And they need to be corrected on it. For stop teaching lies to other brothers and sisters to cause division. Let's just be honest, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be a nation. So let's stop the lies. That's the big thing. And the reason why I go through other texts too is because of people's philosophy, doctrine that they try to push on us that's incorrect and it's not Israel. So that's why I have many books. I got many books on many different doctrines and I never fell off of worship another God. I got books on Islam, books on Egypt, books on Mormonism, books on the what do you call it, theologically?
Right.
The theologian on how to become a pastor,
right, theological.
How to teach different philosophies and chronologies, and I never fell off to go in any of them philosophies, and I read those books. And I use that really to armor up to teach against the cats that come up against us or when I'm on the streets. So that's why I go into those different doctrines.
Right, okay. Well, now, I seen a recent video you did that went real hard on the Shield of David.
Yeah.
I know you go real hard for that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I want you to talk to the family a little bit about that. I know that you have an upcoming lecture where you're going to put together a PowerPoint lecture and do a lesson on that.
Yeah.
But I want you to speak on the importance of that because some in our audience wear the shield. There's others in our audience that don't wear the shield. Now, you have some brothers that don't wear the shield that they just don't wear it. That's their personal preference.
Right.
But you have other brothers that make it into a doctrine.
Yeah.
So speak on that.
My thing is this. If anybody out there, and I challenge anybody, if you can prove to me that what you call the Star Molech and what's we know today as the Shield of David, which my camp F.O.P.E teach as the pomegranate, I challenge anybody out there to prove to me that the Shield of David is the Star Molech. And I guarantee I'm going to prove you wrong 100%. And I'm going to prove to you in the Greek, the Hebrew, and archaeology evidence that you don't know what you're talking about. Because everybody always talk about, you gotta know, you ain't deep, you ain't this, you gotta know the Hebrew, you gotta know the Greek. But you never know what somebody got or what kind of book somebody's sitting on. So I sit back and I just play the background. And I looked, and I be saying people come out with these crazy doctrines, talking about all this madness. But then when somebody comes challenging you on it, nobody want to respond. So that's why I'm doing the importance of that whole lecture on it, because I want the lies to stop teaching people talking about, this was used by witches and witchcraft. Yeah, they use the Bible for witchcraft too, but none of y'all talks about that and deal with that, but you still reading the book. So let's just keep it real, keep it 100 and stop the faking. Either you're going to teach the truth of the scriptures or teach not. It's like I said before, certain men got agendas behind what they teach. And they doing it to keep power and gain over men in Israel. And that's wrong. You shouldn't lie and be teaching to keep controlling. Obviously, you ain't a prophet or somebody great as you is if you got to teach lies to keep control of somebody with a doctrine. And there's many of them going around. That's why I be shaking my head. And everybody wonder why I'm not in one of these super big camps like that. Because me, if I was in any of these camps, I would be speaking out. I would be saying stuff. And I was like, well, why did they say this? Or why did they say this? Because I got all them same books these so-called big elders got that came from the old school. Got the same books. And more, probably. And you go in and you can see the evidence for yourself. Why are you teaching lies? That's my whole big thing. I know they're like, why I got to be the one to do it? Because that's how I feel, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why stop teaching lies? That's my whole thing. You should do that. And I'm gonna break down that whole thing and show y'all that they don't know what the hell they talking about. I'm gonna prove to you that Israel had it. I'm gonna show you the archaeology that Israel had it. That it's in jewelry and everything. Israel wore it. Right. The priests wore it when they had coming. It was all through Solomon Temple. But y'all can't reject it. So,
which is fine. It's the point of just being divisive about it. You got some camps that reject it, but they're not divisive. And then you have other camps that reject it and they're divisive on top of rejecting it. Right. And I think that's where the problem comes in a lot of times when it comes to beliefs. Like brothers want to push their doctrines off on other brothers. And when you don't accept their doctrines, that's where you have all the conflicts that you have in Israel, which we're trying to do away with, man. Because we're in a time now where we're supposed to be coming together. That's what we try to do today.
I agree. Like the doctrine of man can't wear a head covering, which is a lie, because the priest was commanded to wear bonnets and mitres. And I talk about that all the time. You go into the scriptures, if you're about keeping the law and you claim to be a priest, why you ain't got a headpiece on? You can go into Corinthians and read that scripture, but that's not talking about a man covering his head, okay? Because you think about what was going on in the times when Paul was speaking and doing Rome, and who he was teaching, those Israelite Gentiles who was had the Roman customs and the Greek customs, wearing their head attire and everything covered up. But of course he's going to tell them you can't pray with your head covered like a woman, because that's the type of attire they wore. But that's a whole nother faction, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I be meaning by brothers coming up with doctrines or to teach doctrines for self-gain or self-wealth. What I started to notice in Israel is about who got the biggest camp, or who got the most members, you know what I'm saying, or who looked the flyest. It's not really about the education no more. And that's the disappointing thing to this about me, because when I first came into the truth 5 years ago, I was learning from the elders and they was giving out all the breakdowns. It was about going into books and learning and reading. Now it's about no more books, it's about applications. That's why I'm so highly insulted. Because when I first started learning, it was like, you should have this book, that book, that book, that book. It's not that no more. And I'm like, wow. I mean, where's the fundamental of reading that content? You know what I'm saying? It's just Google this, Google that. And whatever, anybody can put something on the internet and it can pop up on Google, but that don't make it right. And that's my whole thing of understanding about that. I'd rather say it in black and white than for you to put something on Google and I'm going to just say, I'm going to take this as a certified reference. So y'all shouldn't get mad at me when I quote biblical books or all based biblical books on the Hebrew, the English, the Greek, the commentaries, or any other type of biblical book, as far as encyclopedias and things like that that I have when I'm bringing out the truth. Why get mad when I'm giving you the evidence? You know what I'm saying? It's something that other people ain't going to do. If you going to come out your mouth and say this is something, but you ain't giving no false, no archaeology proof or no evidence and proof, then I'm not going to believe it. I don't care how long you've been 30 years, 40 years. Like I said, teaching what you're teaching because you have an agenda. You ain't teaching something because you really want to teach the people. There's always an agenda behind it.
Right. Okay, cool. So we look forward to hearing and seeing more from you from Maccabeestv. Like I said, your library challenge, the first one you did, I'm putting up. I'm hoping that you do a part 2 as well. And just real quick, tell the family how they can reach out to you if they want to reach out to you.
If you're looking for me, Israel Prince, you can reach me contact me at www.F.O.P.Israel.com. Go on the website, you'll see me on there, Israel Prince Shar Sham. You can hit me up, contact me on there. Whatever, y'all in Baltimore, y'all look for camp, holler at me. I'm in Baltimore, I got teaching on the streets there. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up there. I got a school in my house. Hit me up. You can come learn, do whatever. Like I said, man, I'm a cool young cat in the truth. Like I said, I ain't no boaster, nobody trying to be big or above myself, man. I'm just a young man trying to do the right thing and do what's right for Israel. I'm not here to please man, no elder, none of y'all. Only two people I got to please is Yahweh Yahushua. Other than that, I can care less how you feel about me. It ain't gonna get me to the kingdom if you saying I'm a 2/3, I ain't gonna make it, brother. They don't hurt my feelings. I can care less. It don't mean anything to me. I got the Father's work to do. That's all that matters to me. So that's why I do what I do and stand the way I stand and talk the way I talk. Because how you feel about me don't matter. How him and your camp, whoever your camp or your elder feel about me don't matter. The truth matters. And that's all that matters to me. So, and all you young men of Israel, women of Israel, that's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about what my elders said. Or they told me not to read this or touch that. Because like I said, there's always an agenda behind it. And like I said, I stand behind strong brothers, strong elders who support me and support the truth. So like I said, I got a crazy library. I'm going to do a part 2 to it too. And I'm going to show you what biblical books you should have. And I guarantee when you get these books and some of these doctrines that elders teach you, and you look up certain things in it and you ask them about it, they ain't going to answer it. And you're going to wonder why. You're going to be just like me. Saying, like, that's crazy. And that's why I ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask anything. If you got a question, ask it. I ain't professing I got all the knowledge. I always say that. But I'm professing you better be aware of men with agendas and certain doctrines that they teach you. Gotta be aware of that. Smarten up, think for yourself. The Most High give you a brain, use it. That's all I'm saying.
King. So with that, we're going to say shalom to the family, and we'll see you soon again, King.
All right, shalom Israel, Most High bless.